Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, we want to thank all of our fans, our sponsors, our patrons. We appreciate all of your guys' support. Everyone that's bought us a cup of coffee, been greatly appreciated. We've had a rough couple of weeks here in the family, been out of work for a week and a half, coming up on 2 weeks, thanks to our old friend COVID running through us. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with the usual spiel, so all of you guys that are interested in what's going on with Sin City Living and what we plan on doing in the future with our live streams and upcoming events, please stick around to the end of the video or skip to the end of the video and watch. I will put most of that stuff in the ending spiel, and I will try and update it every week or two with more news. Otherwise, that being said, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, I want to answer an email. This email comes from Angelo. Thank you everybody, by the way, for the coffees. It's gone a long way to helping us out this month. It's been an extremely rough month. So let's see, what is Angelo's email? So he's asking what strategies would be recommended for a $500 buy-in on a $15 table, because out where he lives, that's the cheapest he's going to be able to find, is a $15 table. Hoping for a strategy that can cover a minimum of 7 to 8 players, if not more. Of course, you always want to cover as many players as possible, as many shooters, get as many chances for that monster roll as possible. And he says he's primarily a place bettor, likes to cover all the place numbers with a minimal investment. Well, if you're on a $15 minimum bet table, and you want to cover all the numbers, the point won't matter because you're looking at 96 across. You're looking at $96 across, including the point, regardless of what the point is, to get to cover every single place number. Now, the downside to that is that technically your bankroll is only big enough for 5 shooters, not 7 to 8 shooters. Now, that is assuming a whole bunch of, that's assuming 5.7 ounce, but we've all seen that. We've all seen that many times. So if you're looking for 7 to 8 shooters, you're actually not going to be able to start out with all of the numbers. So I would have a couple of different recommendations for you. The first recommendation is to just go with the inside numbers. If you're including the point, if the point is one of the inside numbers, you'd be including. If it's one of the 4 or 10, it wouldn't be including. But the buy-in is still going to be the same. Okay, this is 66 inside. 66 inside including, or just 66 inside, depending on what point is marked. Now this obviously gives you a little bit shy of 10 shooters worth of buy-in. This will hit your target of at least 7 shooters worth of buy-ins. 0.7 ounce won't be quite as painful. Whatever strategy you use when you're just doing place bets, I always recommend that if the point falls within your strategy, say inside numbers or outside numbers, to place the point as well. If the point is outside of your strategy, if you're betting inside numbers and the point happens to be a 10, don't worry about it. Just do your inside. But I see a lot of players that will say, well, let me just get the inside. But I look and they don't have a pass line bet, but they still choose not to place the point, which I don't understand. If you're going to bet the inside numbers, bet the inside numbers. You want to maximize your chances. Now, this right here I would look at as one of the better starting options when you're on a lower bankroll and you're just trying to survive. Now, the way he is putting it, because he says he wants to be able to see at least 7 or 8 shooters, that tells us a little bit about what sort of mindset Angelo has going into the game. He's not looking to play for 8-10 hours. He's not looking to be one of those players that the crews are like, yeah, man, he's putting more time than I have tonight. He's not looking to just grind out forever. So that means he's hoping for a decent roll and a decent amount of money. Maybe double up, triple up at most. I mean, we're not looking to break the bank here. Definitely, if you're doing a $500 buy-in and you want to see 7 to 8 shooters, you're definitely not doing a power press method. If you were doing the power press method, you really only have enough of a bankroll for maybe 4.5 shooters, roughly. Because with the power press, you won't be collecting anything unless you catch that monster roll. So here we're going to be looking at
getting a few more shooters. And what can we do? Now, again, we're not looking to play for 8 to 10 hours, but at the same time, we're not looking to just sit there, same bet, same bet, same bet. We're looking to have a little bit of action going on and make a little bit of money if the table starts to run decent. So I would look at this and say there's two main priorities. First priority for me as a player would be to get the 4 and 10 placed. Second priority would be to start boosting these numbers up. And the third, kind of a tertiary, off to the side in the back of the head priority, is getting back your initial $66 investment. Okay? But you can always flip these goals. For instance, if you were looking at getting your initial $66 investment back, then I would look at playing this with just a small mid-press method. Do a small mid-press method. You're going to collect a little bit of money every roll. Not going to be a whole lot, but you catch just a single roll of 6 or 7 rolls without 7 out, you're probably going to make your money back, and you're going to have some bets that you can really work with. The first time any of these hit, let's say it's a 6. So what we would do as a mid-press method, we would go up to 30, and we would collect the other 9. Okay. We would do the same thing for the 8. For the 5 and 9, if any of those hit, we would collect the $11 and we would go up to a quarter. Now, if you get a doubled up number, say the 6 rolls again, that's where you would throw in your $2. You would take yourself up to 42, and you're sitting on $43 right here. So you're still not fully caught up. You haven't bought back your entire initial investment, but you're getting close for sure. And the way I would play this, I'm actually going to show this a little bit differently. Instead of showing, when next to 9 hits, next to the 8 hits, I'm going to show you what I would do when the same number rolls a few times, because that's really the goal. The goal is always for one number to break the statistics. We always go over the statistical likelihoods of the numbers rolling, and the reason that we do it that way on this channel is because over long periods of time, the statistical likelihoods are going to smooth out, and and the rolls are going to land roughly within the likelihood of them coming based on the pure math. Especially since a lot of strategies, most strategies that people send us, they may not realize it, but a lot of strategies are actually dependent on a roll lasting 10, 15 to 20 rolls without a 7. So if we tried to live roll that, we would be here for 6 hours waiting for a roll like that to occur. So we go over the statistical likelihood, but what people are really shooting for is they're shooting for one number to beat that statistical likelihood, to roll more often than it should. And this is how I would use that one number. Let's say the 6 rolls again. So the 6 rolls again, I know I'm going to mid-press it, so I'm going to pay it 50 for 1, right? We're going to mid-press it up to $60. Now, we had an initial investment of $66, right? There's our 66. We've got $8. So why not go ahead and give yourself that 10 now? Okay. You don't quite have your initial investment back at this point. You've got $59, but you're starting to get a few more numbers. Just like if that 5 right there were to roll. If that 5 were to roll, I'm going to have to do it this way. I would give myself a 4, slightly mid-press the 5 up to $36, and then I would collect the rest. And even now, at a situation like this, because I'm again, not trying to power press anything, I'm more trying to increase my ability to make some money regardless of what rolls. With the 6, not quite yet with the 5, but with the 6, this is also a spot where I would start playing around with it. If it hits, it pays $70, right? Now, I could mid-press this up to 90, but a little bit more likely from my point of view is that I'm going to press the 8 up to 30. I start cross-pressing now to try and get all of at least the inside numbers up to the 2-unit green mark. So if, say, a 6 were to roll again, at this point, go to a quarter there. If the 5 were to roll, we would just There we go. Now, regardless of what rolls, either one of these roll, I'm partially pressing here. Actually, I'm probably going to full press on either one of these. No need to mid-press these. You would mid-press when you're collecting $35, but when I'm collecting $70, I might as well just keep 40 of it and press this up to 60. Same thing over here. If I collect $70 there, why not just make this 50? And then from there, I'm going to slowly put my money out to the 4 and 10 to bring the bets up there. It doesn't take a it doesn't take a massive roll to get yourself at least back up to even in your bankroll, and then from there you can play around and do whatever it is you like. Now another option, this one is not quite so fantastic, but another option that people may do is they may choose to do a classic iron cross. The problem with the classic iron cross is that because you're on a $15 minimum bet table, that means that you need to do at least 4 units over here. So instead of a $61 action that you would normally have on a $10 table with your 15, 18, 18 plus your 10 in the field, now you're looking at 48 right here, 68, $83. You're looking at $83 invested in trying to do the iron cross. And then from here, of course, you're going to expand out, because as we have shown, the iron cross is actually astonishingly weak when you just same bet, same bet, same bet. It requires an exceptional roll just to break even. You don't want to just break even. So you have to use it to expand out. And even then, you still have to catch that exceptional roll in order to be able to win some money to get where you want to be. And generally, when you look at the iron cross, like we said, $83. Well, why not pony up an extra $13 and just do $96 across including? Sure, you miss out on the 2, 3, the 11, and the 12, but those are not super common. And your trade-off in that is that now on the 4, 9, and 10, you're actually getting paid better than even money, which is what you would be getting in the field on that 4, 9, or 10. So my main recommendation for the $15 table and wanting to see 7 or 8 shooters, my main recommendation is going to be inside. Now, the other possibility is to do $60 outside. So it's not quite 66, so it costs you a little bit less money, $6 less. But you're going to miss out on any 6s and 8s that come up. And again, you want to include the points. So if the point is 10, go ahead, still do your outside. Now, you're missing out on 6 and 8s if those are the next things that come out. So that's the first priority. Unlike starting out with the inside where you kind of mid-press yourself up and then go to the missing numbers, in this case, you're actually going to go to the missing numbers almost immediately. Don't bother with your mid-press on your outside numbers yet. Go ahead and get your 6 and 8. It's the very first thing you want to do. After that, then start your mid-press. So I hope this helps. I hope this is interesting, or at least an idea for you there, Angelo. Definitely want to keep it simple. If you're feeling really bold, you could try doing something along the lines of a 160 across, including, and then an immediate regression down right away, because you're going to make $35 on any inside numbers that hit. And you're going to make almost $50. You can make $49 on a 4 and 10 that hits. So then you could regress yourself down to say 66 inside or whatever you want, and not be as invested into the roll. You're a lot closer to breaking even on it. Definitely an option as well. The regression strategies certainly have a place. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of regression strategies, but they definitely have a place. If you're not looking to try and break the bank, you're just looking to make medium amounts of money on the medium rolls, the regression strategies certainly have a lot going for them. So thank you very much, Angelo, for the email. I hope you find this interesting and helpful. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now. Okay, everybody, and as promised, all the usual blah blah that I try and do at the beginning of the video, we're going to go ahead and put near the end of the video. And here we go. So thank you, everybody, for your usual patronage. All of you that are patrons of ours, we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who's been buying us a cup of coffee.
love to say it's going to coffee right now, but this month with the entire family out for COVID, it's honestly going to Bill's and probably the kid's birthday in a week. But we definitely appreciate it. We're going to continue working on these live streams. I know you guys have seen some of them popping up. Just got to figure out the look of it, and some of the audio is still giving me issues. But hopefully we'll be getting those live streams and the craps tournaments going as soon as possible. Really just going to depend on scheduling. My schedule changed, Amy's schedule changed, kids' school schedule is fun. So once we figure out exactly how all those schedules are going to work, we'll let everybody know. And otherwise, please continue emailing us with anything you would like to see videoed. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.